the Nation newspaper.
Okay, you were in the court. You were at the courtroom
Yes.
where the Nnamdi Kanu was arraigned. Can you tell us what has
He
happened?
wasn't arraigned.
Okay.
He was brought to court by the DSS, and the lawyer to the government told the court that the man Kanu had been at large. He was granted bail earlier in 2017, but since then he jumped bail and has flouted the bail conditions. So he now applied that Kanu be remanded in the custody of the DSS and that the trial be accelerated so that the case can be concluded on time. The case was initially adjourned till October 20th, but by his application, the court brought the trial back to July 26th and ordered that he should be remanded in the custody of the DSS pending then, and asked the uh, prosecuting lawyer to inform the lawyer to the defendant so that they can attend court at the next date. And then after proceeding, Kanu sought the permission of the court to talk and said he was absent in court. He has been absent in court because his house was invaded by some people who killed some people, and that he didn't want to be killed. That was why he has not been able. That's why he went underground. Has not been able to attend court. It wasn't that he deliberately absented himself from court. So the court told him to liaise with his lawyer so that he can prepare for his subsequent.
Can you please describe what Kanu looked like when you saw him today
He
in court?
looked okay. He was clean shaven. Although he was brought in court earlier, hooded. They removed the hood and he was looking well. He was dressed in black tracksuit, and that was all.
Do you see him? You know that
know
was
him.
Nnamdi Kanu.
He had little megemo like your own. That is white. That is grey. So he looks well, okay, and he spoke well. He looked plenty well.
So what did he say?
Okay, so
Thank you.
Where you are on live to GTV Africa. That's a eyewitness report. Told a journalist who was at the scene and he witnessed what happens. This is GTV Africa live at the court. The Kanu has just been taken. He appeared in court, but nothing much. Permit me to find out the opinion of a known face, but I'm not going to introduce him. I wish he's going to introduce himself. Sir, who are you? Well, that's a popular Sowore that you know. Can you tell me what you are doing in the court? We learned that.
I was in a court of appeal earlier today for another matter regarding our own bail conditions. And upon returning home, I heard that Nnamdi Kanu was being arrested. I rushed down here to ensure that I get in court with him, because I know the Nigerian government that they won't allow his lawyers in and he will not be given the right kind of opportunity for defense. So only to get here and discover that he just left. So, but regardless, I'm here to witness for myself what happened in court, including the human and degrading treatment to which he was subjected. I heard he was hooded and he could barely breathe, and his hands were chained. And it's just to let people know that the Nigerian government has not learned their lessons. Otherwise, they would understand that this is not the time for muscle flexing. They have failed in this regard. It is not a crime to ask for self-determination. People are asking for self-determination because they no longer find Nigeria a comfortable, peaceful, and a just place to live. And it is because of leadership. So when people do that, you don't flex muscle around them. You respect their rights to ask for what is justly theirs.
So what can you say about his moving down to Nigeria, knowing fully that?
I don't have information about how he was arrested yet, and I don't know whether he was kidnapped or arrested by the. But it looks like he was kidnapped from somewhere. I hope this is not another Umaru Diko 1983, 84 kind of criminality that Buhari uh, did. Well, I don't have information. I don't want to assume that I do. Until I do, I can't speak regarding his situation or how he got here.
You are on live to GTV Africa, and the man in front of the camera is the same man,
I'm also undergoing trial here
So,
for treason, treasonable felony. It's called.
how is your case going?
Yes, they don't have a case. They never have a case. This is the best you can see them do: abduct people, parade them, make it look as if they're doing their work. At the end of the day, when it's time to present evidence, it's always a difficult thing because an incompetent government is incompetent at all levels. They'll be incompetent in the judiciary, in the legislative arm, in the executive arm, and you cannot provide evidence against anyone who hasn't committed a crime.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for
We'll
having
see
me.
you more time.
Yes, so we'll be hanging around and checking what they're up to.
Barrister, I know you might not want to say something, but looking at the scenario today, what can you say? Just a word.
Well, looking at the whole scenario today, I think I witnessed the coming in of Nnamdi Kanu. I was there when the people brought him in, and I saw him. He came in henching, lecturing, and food. I was also in court when they tried to secure the detention order. I was also in court, and I got to find out that the court ordered that he be detained until, and the date was fixed for his arraignment, which was the 26th of July 2021. We'll keep our fingers crossed. For now, Nnamdi Kanu is still innocent of all charges and still proved guilty. If he jump bail, we assume he jump bail. We don't know reasons why he jump bail. We will still urge the government and urge the system to avail him all the apparatus and paraphernalia of a fair trial. You can't assume, or you can't assume a man guilty of an offense that he's not been tried for. So even if you're the opinion that Nnamdi Kanu has committed an offense, I think he deserves the right to go to the whole hall of a fair and formal trial so that his innocence or otherwise can be determined through an appropriate judicial process. So we'll be urging the government and urging the Nigerian state to ensure that all the rights of Mr. Nnamdi Kanu are respected as regards his trial. The trial will start again starting from 26th of July 2021. We'll be here to see that all the paraphernalia, all the requirements of a fair trial, which is a sacred constitutional requirement entrenched in Section 36 of the Nigerian National Constitution, are complied and strictly adhered to. Once that is done, we will be comfortable with that outcome of the trial. But for now, we'll wait till the 26th of July for the formal trial of Mr. Nnamdi Kanu.
Your name?
Marshal Abubakar.
Well, you've heard from a eyewitness what he observed, and you've seen from what is going on around here. This is Federal High Court, Abuja, and journalists are still hanging out, watching, thinking what could be the exact thing that just happened. And from look of things, Kanu Nnamdi is back to the country. I'm Bemiga Olamiko. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, GTV Africa, and like our Facebook page, GTV Africa Services. Till I bring another things to you. Bemiga Olamiko.
This is Sowore.
This is a break.
Yes.